designed to make people idiots. It kills you, takes all your money, makes your breath stink, and then make you vomit. What stupid ass person gonna pick up something and drink it when you know it's gonna make you vomit and make you walk stupid and spend all your money and probably fuck somebody and get an STD? How stupid can you be? How stupid can you be? Wait, I left the cigarettes out. Let's get it going on. We want to go to the club, right? Because we going to have a good time. Inhaling toxic fumes, right? And look, we're drinking toxic beverages. Ain't we some smart ass people? Look how intelligent we are. That is so stupid. But every time you watch TV, that's what they show you people doing when they having a good time. So what do? You go mimic what they tell you on TV is what you should do. And you go out there and you have a good time. And then while you're watching that dumb ass movie, the next thing comes on is a stupid McDonald's commercial. So you go get some greasy fries, some meat that you don't even know what the hell it is. I mean, I hate to be the one to tell you that. But you didn't prepare it. You didn't go kill it. You didn't do any of those things. The only thing your dumb ass did was listen to them when they told you it was 100% beef. Okay, go ahead, run with that. I ain't mad at you. But I bet you won't see me run my ass up in none of those places, eating none of that shit. Because I don't know what it is. And I believe that after slavery and after watching these pushers push heroin and drugs and everything I know the government have to be supporting, otherwise it wouldn't be going on, that I'm not going to trust them on food either. I don't eat meat. I don't even like to eat their vegetables because there's something wrong with them. Like I told you, I put sweet potato under the cabinet. It's been 14 months now. It's still there. 14 months. Well, come on, everybody. We got to wake up. We have to wake up. Now, let's get back to Caucasian race. It ain't my fault that y'all want to run around here and act like you don't want no melanin. And then you walking out there in the sun and the sun burning your ass up. Okay? And then I see what you're doing. Tanning booth. Hey, can you look up the definition of tanning? Do you mind? Let's look
I've already uploaded it.
You did? What is the definition of tanning? Say it so the camera can hear.
The definition of tanning is Tanning,
T-A-N-N.
the definition of tan is to convert a hide into leather, especially by soaking or stirring in bath prepared from tank bark or synthetics. To make brown by exposure to ultraviolet light as in the sun. To make brown by exposure to ultraviolet light as the rays of the sun.
Hold on.
To make brown by exposure to ultraviolet rays as of the sun.
Hey, wait, hold on, wait. It sounded to me like you saying a definition for tan is to make brown through a synthetic light that is mimicking the sun. Is that what you said?
That's what it said. Well, not necessarily a synthetic light,
well,
but
that's
just
what it said. Read it.
Specifically, it's saying ultraviolet light.
Ultraviolet light. Okay.
So it could be artificial or it could be natural. The definition of tanning is the process or art of converting hide or skin into leather. A browning or darkening of the skin by exposure to the sun.
Okay, now watch this. It said by converting hide or skin into leather?
Yeah.
Now, what colors are your most basic leather colors?
Browns and blacks.
Okay, now go on to what was the other,
the last one?
The one about
the first
the sunlight. Again, one more with the light.
I can't.
Okay, well, remember what it was. Ultraviolet light used to brown.
Actually, I think this is important.
Okay.
I'm going to show the actual camera.
Can I see?
Dictionary.com. We're temporarily unavailable, but we'll return shortly, so check back soon. Thank you, Dictionary.com.
Is that what
So I was given the task of looking up several words, and the words that I looked up, apparently they're causing Dictionary.com to experience some problems. So I think it's important. There's also this page that came up that I've never seen before in my studies of actually working.
Well, why don't you tell them what the words were that you was looking up?
With the internet. I don't even know what this page actually means, but this is what came up when I was asked.
Okay, let me tell
to
you.
look up Nazism.
Not only
One of the
Nazism,
words.
what was the other one?
There was several. One was Tanning Zionism, which I have, which is a worldwide Jewish movement that results in the establishment and development of a state of Israel.
Say it again.
Zionism, a worldwide Jewish movement that results in the establishment and development of a state of Israel.
Now, was you able to get
The
Marxism?
other one was Marxism, which I was able to get.
Okay.
And that one is the system of economic and political thought through thorough development by Karl Maxwell, along with Frederick England, especially the doctrine that the state throughout history has been a device for the exploitation of the masses by the dominant class. That class struggle has been the main agenda of historical change, and that the capitalistic system containing from the first of the seed of its own decay will inadvertently after the period of the dictatorship of the proletariat be suppressed by a socialistic order in a classless society.
In a what society?
Classless society.
Classless. Okay. Now, the last one that you have was Nazism. Was you able to get that?
I was not.
Okay,
But
now you didn't get
there
Nazi.
is a Wikipedia encyclopedia definition, which is different from dictionary.com.
But do you have it?
Not National Socialism is the ideology of the Nazi Party in Nazi Germany. It is a variation of the fascism that incorporates biological racism and
No, wait, hold on.
genetics.
And incorporate what kind of racism?
Biological racism.
Okay, biological.
and
Okay.
Anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitism, right? Anti-Semitic.
Nazi uses
Okay, hold
Calvinism.
on. Right there. Stay right there. Okay, anti-Semitic or anti-Semitism, okay? Listen, that means half and half.
Yeah.
Half white, half black.
Anti-Semitism it's a link.
Say it louder, okay?
It's a link in Wikipedia, which is why I like Wikipedia. And here's a definition for it as Wikipedia shows it. Anti-Semitism is suspicious or hatred toward or discrimination against Jews for reasons connected to their Jewish heritage.
Okay.
In the U.S. 2005 U.S. government report, anti-Semitics is defined as hatred towards Jews individually and as a group that can be attributed to Jewish religion or ethnicity. And I want to jump in on this one because this is one of the biggest issues we have with the English language. Anti-Semitism should mean anti-Semitic. Anti-Semitic should apply to all Semites.
That's right.
So the anti-Semitic depiction that they're using in this definition is defining it specifically for Jews, which
That's
we
right.
know don't even exist as an actual race or culture.
Tell, preach it.
So
Preach it.
anti-Semitic should actually apply to Semitic children. That means any biracial child.
So, would that mean that your brother and sister could be considered as a Semitic race?
Yeah.
Most definitely, right?
Yeah.
Are they Jewish?
No.
Not at all, right?
Not at all.
So that means that Wikipedia is lying then, right?
That's correct.
Am I right or wrong?
That's correct.
Now, why would they be putting that out there for the people to read? Does it go back to the biological socialism and the conditioning of capitalism? Could you read one of them again or what? Do we see it right there in effect right there?
We see it.
Right in effect, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now let me break it down to you on that right there. That was a very good job because you know what you said about Jewish people not have, there is no
No such
land
thing.
called Jewish.
Yeah,
Now there is a city called Jerusalem, but that city is in a place in a land that has been many nationalities before, and all those nationalities were always implemented by a rule saying that God gave certain people permission to go into that place and steal that land, right?
That's right.
And these people always end up calling themselves Jews, don't they?
That's correct.
Now, am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Okay, now Marxism, all socialism, Nazism, Bolshevism, the one that's hard as hell for me to say. Do you know all of those isms was founded up in the Caucasus Mountains?
I believe
Now, is it ironic that those places are synonymous with the caves of Europe where the Europeans came from? Okay, here's my point. I just told you of a theory that some scientists took some people up there and deliberately stripped their melanin out of them and created a social condition amongst them to make them barbaric as hell and undivine. And then use those people to go across the world and spread those conditions. Did I not tell you that? Did I not give you 3 nations that had a social campaign that described those same things? So now listen, is it not hard to figure out that the world is under a state of siege by the Europeans? It's not hard to figure that out, is it? Is it hard to figure out that the Europeans themselves have been victimized by these same people? Is it hard to figure it out? Don't shake your head because they can't see you do that. I want to hear you verbally.
No, it's not hard.
I want you to make a comment on that.
It's not hard to figure out. It's obvious. It's clear. It's real. Like even a child could see it. So I don't understand why nobody can see it. I don't understand why we know we've been miseducated. So I don't understand why we lack the capacity to recognize I was taught incorrectly. And it's basically like this. We know that from a child, from education, the first thing they were taught in school is that 2 + 2, 1 + 1 = 3. It's one of the first things we know. So it's mathematical proof. If I told you that 1 + 1 equals anything other than 2, it's real simple for you to understand this. And I have a perfect analogy. Because a lot of times people say, oh, well, what you're saying is it's subjective, and it's not subjective. And this is the reason why it's not subjective. 1 + 1 = 2. It's 2 cookies. 2 + 1 = 3. It's 3 cookies. Now we can argue all day that numbers don't exist and all this stuff is an illusion. But the reality is that if these were dollar bills, the illusion would disappear. If I had $1 and I had another dollar, I would have $2. You would never argue with me about, oh, it's subjective, oh, it's an illusion. You wouldn't say that a $20 bill is equal to a $2 bill. You wouldn't say that a $100 bill is equal to a dollar bill, because it's not subjective. It's a mathematical proof. It's the foundation that your mind works on. Your mind can recognize the value. That is the reason why your mind can recognize a value such as skin color, hair texture, eye color, large nips, goofy looking mustache. These values are not in themselves inherently good or evil. It's only the condition that you apply to those values that become good and evil, because good and evil is subjective to the human being, and that's how it works. The numbers themselves are not subjective. When you observe the numbers, they become objective, and that is the key. And that is the reason why it's so difficult for people to see such subjects as race, religion, sexuality, and all those other things as anything other than subjective, because they're not values that are subjective within themselves, but because they are values, they become subjective by the observer. If a person like myself sees something, I can objectify it. I can look at this cookie and say, I don't want this cookie because it's brown, and then go get a white cookie. Simply for that matter. No justification. It's not because I don't like chocolate or because I'm allergic to cookies. It's just because I am a being of free will, and I have the right to choose as I see fit. But as I said in another earlier statement, you are responsible for 100% of the things that you do in this life, and your God will not protect you from man's punishment. Anything that you do in our court system, we have a saying: you are innocent until proven guilty. That means that you're only guilty of the things that you do. Thinking something doesn't make you guilty, because your actions are absolute. Your thoughts are not. They're only absolute to yourself, because I cannot judge you based on what you think. If a white man walks up to me with hate in his heart, I cannot judge him based on that. I can only judge him based on what he says to me and what he does to me. And that is where we fail as an actual group of people on this planet, because we judge people based on what we assume that they will do. That's the reason why a white man can walk up to me with hate in his heart and treat me right, and I can objectify him. And another person can walk up to me with love in their heart and treat me wrong, and I will still objectify them, because I can only make my decisions based on their behaviors and their actions, not based on my
rhetoric.
Thank you.
In other words, I understand totally, and I want to just jump in. That was beautiful. I'm telling you, that was beautiful.
Well, that's what I do.
I ain't lying to you. That was well said. But if I don't get back in there, you